All right, guys, here we go again. We are going to now look at this theorem, 5-4, the angle bisector theorem. The angle bisector theorem, stating if a point is on the bisector of an angle, then the point is equidistant from the sides of the angle. So let's remember that. We're going to explore this via GeoGebra. Again, if a point is on the bisector of an angle, then the point is equidistant from the sides of the angle. And theorem 5-5 is the converse of that, much the same as the pairs of that we saw in the previous 5-2 and 5-3. So let's explore this again with GeoGebra. Okay, so we're over here in GeoGebra. Need to create an angle. We're going to create an angle with our segment tools using the rays. Okay, here's our ray tool. So we go from A to B, and then from A to C to create another side of the angle. Okay. Now we're going to bisect that angle, right? So we've got a tool for that. Here's our angle bisector tool. Okay. From C, I think I didn't click that, so here's try it again. Click that tool, angle bisector tool, C to A to B. All right. Now we got an angle bisector. We got to put a point on it, a point on the angle bisector. So here we go. Okay. To put a point on, we go to the point tool. Okay. Here's the point on, and we're just going to click on that bisector, and there's my point. Now the thing is, okay, that point is, as you can see, is free to move about. Okay. The thing is, okay, it says that this point is just as far from this side of the angle as it is from the side AC. So how are we going to show that? That might be a little bit confusing. So let's just draw some segments from D to B, okay, and from D to C, okay, and let's measure those to see if this is true. So from D to B does not look to be the same as from D to C. Okay, and clearly it's not. So how does this theorem work? Because it says that this point is on the angle bisector, which is the hypothesis, okay, but the conclusion is not met because the distance from that, okay, from point G to B is not the same as from G to C. Well, it's not, except for at a very exclusive location. And you can see we're getting right there. We're right there about equal. But it's only at an exclusive point in time when that is the case. All right? So when is that the case? Okay? Well, it's only when, okay, the angle that is formed up there is going to be a right angle. Okay? So in other words, here's what I'm going to do. Okay? I'm going to draw the perpendicular from D down to, no, I'm drawing the perpendicular from D to this side, and it's not working for me for some reason. Something's not cooperating. Okay, so we're going to try this again. Okay, so the perpendicular, that was perpendicular bisector. That's why there's a perpendicular from D down to this side. Okay, and the perpendicular, and I want to mark that point of intersection, okay, that point of intersection right here, okay, and, okay, that's between this and here, okay, that's point E, all right, and likewise, I'm going to draw this perpendicular from D to the other side, right, okay, and I'll mark that point of intersection with this tool, point of intersection here. So what it's saying here is this, okay? You can only make this claim that this point B on the angle bisector is equidistant from the sides when the distance is measured along the perpendicular. So in other words, when I can draw this point here to F, okay, and also this point here to C, then I'm going to know that they're going to be of the same length. Okay? That's the only time, and that is when it's a right angle that's being made. Okay? So again, the point D on the angle bisector is going to be equidistant from the sides of the triangle, from the sides of the angle, only when we measure that distance along that perpendicular. So only when they align themselves and form a right angle there is that going to be the case. Okay? Only at that point are those lengths going to be equal. Okay? So that's the idea behind this theorem. Okay? The theorem 5.4 and 5.5, the angle bisector theorem, and its converse. And of course, with that, you are able to answer most of all the questions that are being asked. Okay, not there, but with my worksheet. Okay, 5.2 that you have to complete. Okay, and these are angle bisector questions here. Okay, and the last couple, these are angle bisector questions here. Okay. These are angle bisector questions here. So you should be in good shape with that then, okay? There you go.